What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Almighty Rudy here with part 2 of my Masked Hero Dark Law commentary, which is the inking and coloring stage. First of all, if you guys haven't checked out part 1 where I do the penciling stage, please, I encourage you to check it out, and the link will be in the description down below. Now let's get on with the video. Now, I sped this up because the video was going to be too long if I didn't really speed it up, because the video in total was like an hour long without any speed. But then when I did it like just times 2, it was nearly 30 minutes, and I know that was kind of too long. But this is my favorite part of doing almost any piece, the inking stage. Now, the inking stage is what really puts your skills to the test, because you could really just make a terrible penciling stage, make it look amazing if you just know how to ink it. So back in the day, I used to just do only pencil drawings. I really didn't know how to ink. I didn't know how to even color that well, so I wasn't very good. So gradually, as I progressed in my art, I learned how to ink, and I got very good at it, and here I am now, inking Dark Law. Now, like I said, with the cheap materials, I'm just using a Sharpie pen that you can buy at Walmart. I just bought it in a set with thin tip markers for like just a few bucks, like $4. I mean, it's not that expensive. And I'm just using a plain old big old Sharpie marker, just to get the big old black spot, so I could use my my smaller pen to just kind of fill it in, make it more precise, as you can see right there. Now, like I said in my previous video, the colors I will be using are some grayscale markers, because that's really all I really have. And I feel like I could do it with the grayscale marker because they'll make Dark Law's armor look more cool, you know. Because sometimes, I mean, just think about the name Dark Law. What the first thing that comes into mind is just like a dark kind of character. So why not just give them those characteristics? Because it is your art, so you can do as you please with it and try to make it like your own. So that's what I did. So I used some very dark gray markers to make it look like a metallic gray for his armor. I used some kind of some bright gray to make it his skin, and some very light gray for his claws, you know, just to make it stand out even more. And of course, I'm going to be using the regular colors like the yellow for his eyes and the other pieces of his armor, and some purple for his aura coming out. And I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy that part. But essentially, this is by far one of the most fun I had in doing my pieces, because I mean, Dark Law is a very cool character. He's one of my favorite cards that Jaden's ever used in the manga. So I mean, it was very fun to bring one of my favorite characters to life in the art room. So I'm using just a plain old Sharpie marker, because it has a lighter tone to compare to the BIC, the Bic markers, because the Bic yellow marker is actually darker than the Sharpie. So I kind of use the Bic marker to get to capture to have some depth with his armor, to make it look more shiny. But like I said, I kind of sped up this video because the video was too long, and you know, I'm feeling it might bore you guys out, and it might bore me out, because barely sped up, it's like 30 minutes long, and then if I didn't even speed it up at all, it was gonna be like an hour. So I'm like, oh, like, man. Now, for some of you guys, I know that the inking process is actually the longest part in any you know, when you're doing any kind of piece. I mean, the inking process is always the longest part, because you got to take your time with it. I feel like the inking part, well, what I've learned, is the most crucial part, because this is like the bridge between how your art is gonna look versus how it looks in the penciling stage. I mean, you know, you could really just do whip up a quick sketch in pencils, but then in the inking stage, you really got to take your time with it. You got to fill in those details that you have that you put in it, right? But what if you guys see like the white parts, I try to go for that little kind of metallic kind of feel. You know, make it look like it's the light is reflecting off of it. That's why I try to kind of do little sketchy lines with it. And I personally thought it came out great. So right now I'm putting in the base colors. So I'm just putting in the base yellow, the base gray, the base skin gray, and the base or claw gray. So there are it's a C2 for the claws, C4 for the skin, and C10 for the armor. You know, so you could pretty much tell that they're very different tones of gray. So right now, I feel like now this is a little bit of my artist input. I feel like I could just do like kind of that Dragon Ball Z kind of style to where like the aura's going off, and then you know some of the energy is all over Dark Claw. I think that'll make it pop out even more. So now I'm initiating the shadows for Dark Claw. So now I'm using a C5 and a C3 for his claws and some of his torso area, and now I'm going for the C11 for the armor to make it look more like I feel like a metallic kind of feel, and I really hope I gave you guys that look of the metallic kind of gray. And personally, I thought I did a good job. I mean, it was honestly it was really fun doing this piece. I had so much fun with it, and then you know, cause it's one of my like I said, it's one of my favorite master heroes. So now this another input. I feel like I should use some of the black to make just the aura just pop out even more. You know, and I feel like I really did deliver with the aura. So now I'm just kind of just going in for the muscle, just kind of give it some more definition, and kind of going over some of the white spots that I get for the metal to make it look to make it look more metallic. Once again, guys, thank you so much for checking out my YouTube video and my two-part Dark Law series. I really hope you enjoyed this. And the guy to shout out to the guy who requested this piece. I really hope you did like this Dark Law piece. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more future videos to get me all pumped up. And if you just want to request, just hit me up on my Instagram and my Twitter. The links will be at the end of the video, or you could just do it on the comment section down below. Now, thank you guys so much, and this is your boy Almighty Rudy, signing off.